So Kansas State, a tall order against Texas, the #1 team, the #1 seed in this tournament, and Texas with the first possession of the game.
And Brenda, Texas likes to spread the floor and use the clock a little bit and try to get uncontested shots.
Kansas State starts 3 players from right here around the Kansas City, Missouri area. Jalen and Briley Glenn, the twins. Serena Sundell played in AAU ball with them in Kansas City. And so coming back home here to play in the Kansas City Municipal Auditorium, a turnover for Rori Harmon and Texas. Against this tough defense, Kansas State wants to try to strike quickly because it's so difficult to go against the Longhorn defense.
Well, if you happen to get an open look, you need to knock it down because you're not going to get too many open looks against Texas.
There's Gabby Gregory, gets Shea Holly up in the air and is able to bounce one in.
Yeah, Gabby Gregory, just smart.
Texas starting lineup. Shaylee Gonzalez, the transfer from BYU. Rori Harmon, Shea Holly, Gaston, who's had an amazing year, and also an all Big 12 first-teamer for this team. Inside and outside threats for Texas.
They are. They're a well-rounded team, and they just play hard. And so right now, K-State's doing really disciplined, making sure that Texas makes shots over.
Gabby Gregory for 3. No. There has been a lid on the basket. All that excitement that was generated in the first game from that game-winning shot by Taryn Milton. The lid's gone back on. Jackalinga Winatanda, the freshman from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, at the free throw line for Texas. Vic Schaefer looking on. 5 Elite Eights in a row for his teams, from Mississippi State to Texas. Brought his defensive style of play back to the Big 12. And Ebert knocks down the jumper.
Being at the right place at the right time. I don't think it was originally for her, but she'll take it, and K-State will take the 2 points.
Texas has not made a field goal yet. They're 0 for 5 from the field, and Gaston says, I'll take care of that.
Just right on cue.
Gaston averages about 12 points.
Maybe studying a little bit, so you want to get out and play.
Shamatsi missing that shot. Rori Harmon nowhere to go with it. Changes gears. Boom! By Shamatsi. The transfer from LSU started her career at South Plains Junior College. And then transferred here from LSU. A quick basket for Texas on the inbounds play.
Nice.
Jones able to get things started. Taylor Jones, the transfer from Oregon State.
Just not too many places for K-State to go. Texas they just guard all the gaps.
A nice pass, though, from Serena Sundell to Heavenly Greer. You aren't going to get very many easy baskets against this Texas defense, and that's about as easy as you'll get.
The bounce pass was just a perfect pass.
So Taylor Jones fouls. Greer misses the free throw, but Kansas State up 6-5. And another offensive foul. That's been a problem here in the early going.
Again, it is up to your player to run off that screen.
Jones hedges out, but Sundell turns the corner and scores. Knowing how difficult it is for his squad, any squad, to score against Texas, leading defensive team in the Big 12, one of the best in the country. Swarmed by defense is Taylor Jones, and she'll have a chance to go to the free throw line. Taylor Jones, who went into the transfer portal And every time she talked to Vic Schaefer, he just kept saying the proof is in the pudding.
The pudding.
That's what we've
done.
And
you know what that means, Brenda? We've gotten results. We have gotten results, and we're getting results, and this team is competitive, and we're competing for championships. The proof's in the pudding.
Sundell tries to muscle it up. Texas has time to score. Rori Harmon pushing ahead, deflected. Gonzalez, no. And this is only the second time all year long that Texas has been held to single digits in a quarter of a March Madness here for Texas, as they really struggled. That was only their second single-digit quarter of the year. An ugly game, but for Kansas State to have a chance here, they need to make it ugly.
Yes.
And another foul called on Texas on the offensive rebound.
Yeah, now somebody's got to come down here and help.
Serena Sundell is a 6'1" point guard, and she's going against Rori Harmon at 5'6". Ebert too strong, and K-State 0 for 5 from three-point range. Taylor Jones catches in traffic, and then the battle. Gonzalez, no. There is just a lid on the basket for Texas.
Wow.
And a foul. Ebert is at the free throw line. Kansas State 0 for 3 right now. This is a team, Kansas State, that is a very good, and they've actually made more free throws this season than any time in Kansas State history. And Ebert finally gets one to go in. Another turnover. They haven't hit a field goal since 2:55 remaining in the first quarter.
Did they put one of those rebounding on both ends?
Nice pass inside, sets up Briley Glenn.
Boy, Briley Green, great hands. That was a bullet.
Texas won both meetings against Kansas State this year really in blowout fashion. In Austin, they beat them 87-41. In Manhattan, in the last game of the year, they won 80-52. But they've only scored 6 points in this game in the Big 12 Championship quarterfinals.
Yeah, K-State, wow, they're just playing in gaps, making them make.
Shamatzi can't score that off the nice pass. Texas, 2 of 20 from the field.
2 of 20.
Shea Holly blocked by Shamatzi.
So let's see here. Those are things that make you want to go,
Our officials today, Roy Gobayan, Michael McConnell, and Lisa Jones. Point of the second quarter for Texas. Sundell, what a move between two Texas defenders.
Just split them, and the concentration she had on the rim, wow. Kept the ball high, too. Anytime you move your arms from, instead of going straight up, so 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that foul call.
Sundell completes the three-point play. A little early to be talking upsets, but this Kansas State team did beat Iowa earlier this year. They beat Iowa State in Manhattan. And they are going to get a little bit more confidence with each play. And look at that shot going in for Eliza Muhammad.
Whoa, that made the bench come up. That made me and you stand up.
Eliza Muhammad, the freshman from Webster Groves, Missouri. What a play!
Here she goes. Beautiful. And that pass had to be right on the money.
Eliza Maupin is one of 12 children. They have 6 biological children, 6 adopted children. What a great story, and a freshman who had a good game, 10 points last night, and then a big play here. But Texas, they need to put some points on the board, and Shaylee Gonzalez. Glenn driving, too strong off the backboard. Briley Glenn, one of the twins on this team. Briley is number 5. Jalen is number 3 from both right here in Kansas City, Missouri. Rori Harmon still having a tough time. Rori Harmon is 0 for 6, but that's what this Texas team does and needs to do. Amina Muhammad.
But you just need to be fundamentally box them out, make them come over your back.
Gabby Gregory asking for a screen. Handoff to Gregory, goes by Gaston. Boy, Gaston has 2 fouls. Lucky there. And it will stay on this end. 3.5 seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock's winding down. Gregory has to get it up, and she's called for an offensive foul. That's Gregory's second. She's been held to just 2 points on 1 of 5 from the field, and now she's picked up her second foul.
Every shot for her right now, Brenna's being rushed. They're just making her rush.
Texas, 2 of their last 3. Rori Harmon may have gotten bailed out there because she had lost her balance. Rori Harmon at the line, hasn't scored yet, gets a free throw there. Create a group, invite your friends, and get ready for the madness. So much fun to do that. All right, Gaston got the offensive rebound, and then the foul was called on Jalen Glenn. It's been a tough day for Texas scoring, but they're on a roll right now, if you could call it that, a 7-0 run for the Longhorns. Gaston makes her first free throw. All Big 12 first-teamer, her and Rori Harmon, both all Big 12 first team. The coach of the year, Vic Schaefer. They have the newcomer of the year, and Shaylee Gonzalez. And then a turnover right into the hands of Rori Harmon. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Shaylee Gonzalez sidesteps and misses everything.
Wow.
How about that tough shot from Gabby Gregory?
It is a battle. It is a grind.
Muhammad hits the jumper from the baseline. 14 seconds remaining.
Somebody's got to have to come down and help her get the ball in bounds.
And Gregory does just that. Here comes Serena Sundell. 6 seconds. 4 seconds. She turns, goes with her left hand. No. And we're going to go to the halftime locker room. Tied at 18. The lowest scoring half of the season for the Longhorns, and they've left the door open for Kansas State.
And K-State, stay poised on offense, with your shot selection. Taking care of the ball. Keep working and fighting on the defensive end.
So Kansas State with the first possession here in the third quarter. We're all tied up at 18 apiece. Neither team has shot well. They turned it over, but Kansas State has managed to hang in this game. We heard Andrea talking at halftime, but we got to give some credit to these defenses.
Yeah, if you love defense, and it doesn't sell tickets, but both teams have really gotten after it. But you got to put points on the board. You want people to stay tuned and put people in the stands.
This game is a slugfest right now.
Both those teams, Oklahoma and Iowa State, they do care if you score, but they've been trained so well that the ball goes to the basket. We're going to the other end.
Beautiful job by Taylor Jones to keep that ball up. Wow. K-State has numbers. Glenn pulls up.
Yeah, and Glenn pulled up because she saw what was inside the paint.
And she gets a three-pointer off the offensive rebound. Last year against Oklahoma, the NCAA all-time scoring record in a single game. She's out this year for Kansas State. All these players getting a year older, more experienced. And Taylor Jones with an offensive rebound and put back and an and one.
Taylor Jones, what does she do? She's kind of blocked out, but she just goes over the defender, keeps it high, scores, and gets an and one.
And then Gabby Gregory gets called for the foul, trying to block her out, but the length of Taylor Jones caused the problems. That's a third foul on Gabby Gregory. Keep in mind that DeYona Gaston is on the bench for Texas with 3 fouls. Now Gabby Gregory, the leading scorer for Kansas State, has 3 fouls and is on the bench.
I guarantee Sundale's going to be worn out after this game because Rori Harmon's putting it on her and making her work. But Sundale has really handled it for the most part of this game.
Serena Sundale has only 1 turnover.
Yes.
Now she's done that a couple of times where she dribbles into help and just tries to force up a tough shot, but she only has 1 turnover against the pressure from Rori Harmon.
She just needs to elevate on her shot. Just elevate. She's just turning and sticking the ball up. And
Briley Glenn picks up the foul, but the Harmon defense.
Yeah, she just look at her. She plays with her feet. Just tough. Doesn't give up on the play. Gets there, stays between the ball and the basket. Makes her try to make a tough shot.
Hattie 5.
Yeah, K-State spreading the floor, trying to keep the help out of the middle, making Texas get farther away from the basket and having to defend on the perimeter.
Nice backdoor cut by Jalen Glenn, but she misses at the rim. Ooh, Gonzalez might have gotten away with a carry. And how about that? Handing off to Muhammad to let her finish. It looked like Gabby Gregory was open, but Hattie Fye stepped in and stole the pass. Harmon still hasn't
great pass.
Made a shot, but yeah, great pass, no finish.
And that's what K-State cannot do. They cannot give up offensive rebounds. They play solid, but you got to let them have 1 shot, 1 and done.
11 rebounds and 10 second chance points, and an opportunity here for more second chance
on Sunday.
And we're going to crown a champion here. You're going to see the men's back bracket revealed. We're hopefully going to have time to get home to see the women's back bracket revealed. It's going to be an exciting day to see how really everything plays out.
Yeah. It's just the more we've done games this year, Brenda, the more I just enjoyed watching teams get better throughout the year.
And Hattie Fye scores in time. Speaking of the championship, South Carolina now undefeated through the Southeast. And Gabby Gregory travels, trying to be in too big of a hurry to go past Shea Holly. Rori Harmon starts, stops, still hasn't made a basket.
That's why you make Rori Harmon make a play over you. You don't bail around.
But she shoots 38%, not a great three-point shooter.
Right.
And she has only scored 1 point from the free throw line, 0 for 12 for Rori Harmon today.
Well, you want her on your basketball team. Why? Because she ignites that. What'd she do? She looked up. She finds the player who is hot. She made that extra pass.
That's a great point. And sometimes if the ball's just not going in the basket, you have to impact the game in other ways.
Absolutely.
Offensive foul called away from the basketball. And that's what this Texas defense does to a team. They just wear down the offense of their opponent. And a foul called on Jalen Glenn. I don't think you like that call.
I don't. I just don't like that call. They're beating themselves to death inside, and we get a touch fight.
Tomorrow, the championship is tomorrow. The semifinals are today. What advantages does that give those other schools, those other conferences that are sitting at home right now, getting a little rest before the NCAA tournament?
You can kind of look at Brenda both ways. And sometimes teams come in and they lose their there's spunk to them, and you're sitting out for what, 7 days or more, 8. So there's advantages to both ways.
Sundell called for the foul as she tried to swat the ball away from Shea Holly.
Deflect the ball.
So Kansas State in some foul trouble right now. Shamatzi has 4. Glenn, Sundell, and Gregory all have 3. Always comes up when she's here in Kansas City that her father played for the Kansas City Chiefs back in the early 80s, so not during this time period with the current reign of 2 Super Bowl championships in the last 4 years. And then another turnover leads to free throws. Gonzalez there, and Sundell picks up another foul. She's picked up 3 fouls.
She made it look like she was helping, just casual.
So Sundell will go to the bench as Gonzalez is at the free throw line. Both of her parents attended Grand Canyon University. Her father built a practice facility for her. Remember, Kansas State led 16-7 at the 5:12 mark in the second quarter. And since then, Texas has outscored them 30-6.
You know what? If you can get that second and third shot, that's so much better. And then you got to hit your free throws. And look, the energy that K-State is having to exert on the defensive end, it's just taking a lot out of them.
And Rori Harmon hits her first shot of the game and shrugs her shoulders like, finally.
Yeah.
And outscoring Texas has outscored Kansas State 32-6 since they trailed 16-7. Get this, Holly. Texas scored 18 points in the first half, and they scored 21 points in the third quarter. So they've shaken off the rust.
Yeah, they've gotten it grinded off. They've not just shaken it.
Well, you thought Vic Schaefer would have a few words of encouragement. Would you have allowed a camera in there if you were down like that at halftime?
No.
They weren't down, but it was after a first half like that where it's 18-18.
Yeah, no.
Muhammad all the way to the basket.
Not even if we had somebody traveling with the team, would they get to film it?
There are just some things better left within the team.
Left unsaid.
And so it's not just Texas coming out and scoring 21 points, but the defense they displayed. So both ends of the court.
Well, we know that K-State needed to play flawless. I mean, they needed to have one of their best games of the year. They're still playing hard. They're still attacking. And just got a great steal and goes to the free throw line.
She and her twin sister Briley are sophomores.
And they're doing the same as sophomores, so that just gives you great playing experience. They've learned to play with Aokali, and now they've learned to play without her. So they'll be more experienced, and Aokali will be in better shape, better able to get up and down the floor, and she'll make a huge impact for K-State next year.
Yeah, she had that knee issue all last year and kind of just had to drag her leg down the court and still scored 61 points in a game. I mean, just imagine with a healthy knee what she's going to do.
Yeah. A healthy you, Brenda, could not score 61 points.
Well, that's not very nice.
Well, a extremely healthy me couldn't score 20 points. But that's just the presence.
They have come out on both ends of the court, made it just suffocating defense on this end, not allowing the Wildcats to do anything offensively.
Yeah, and they just get late in the shot clock.
And there it is again, 1 second left, and Jalen Glenn catches a piece of the iron.
Uh-oh.
All by herself is Shea Holly.
Yeah, you saw that coming. Shea Holly that was a horse shot right there.
So when you look down the Texas scoring, nobody's in double figures yet. And that's not surprising as Gaston scores on the layup because they only scored 18 points in the first half. However, you've got really balanced scoring. Muhammad leading the way with 9. Jones and Holly each have 8. And then you have 6 points for Hattie Faye, as well as Gaston with 6. So spreading out the scoring, Texas doing it on both ends of the court. Welcome back to Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City. The Phillips 66 Big 12 Women's Championship. Texas, the defending tournament champion, leading Kansas State 47-24 with 7.5 remaining. And even though Harmon isn't shooting well, she's impacting in a lot of ways.
Well, you can make an impact in the game without scoring the basketball, and she's done a great job. She has 5 assists, she has 4 steals, and she's turned those steals into points for Texas, whether it's her or her teammates.
Serena Sundell made a layup, but then Rori Harmon immediately grabbed the side of her head, and the officials stopped the clock. You know, she got hit in the side of the head as Sundell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sundell swung her arm as she was going to the basket.
Right. Bottom line, it wasn't a foul.
That's right. It was not upgraded. And it wasn't even called a foul. So Hattie Faye there for the putback.
Yeah, Hattie Faye. She shot the ball on one side. Brendan Witten got her own rebound on the other side.
It's padding your stats, I guess, right?
She's showing her athletic ability.
Jalen Glenn splashes in a three-pointer, and this Kansas State team has battled hard this year. They're probably going to go play in the WNIT after this, so they want a little good feeling as they finish up this fourth quarter. Played for Texas A&M when they were in the Big 12 Conference, was part of a Big 12 Conference championship team when Vic Schaefer was an assistant coach.
I hope he's enjoying retirement. A lot of coaches are glad he's gone.
Kansas State was able to score on the other end. They've gotten a little momentum in this fourth quarter.
You think K-State was listening because you said you thought Texas was going to finish it?
Well, I think they've got a lot of pride.
Yes, they do.
I think they have a lot of pride, and they're going to continue to battle.
And wouldn't expect anything less.
Jalen Glenn got the assist from Serena Sundell on that last play. Gaston going to work.
Nice.
Inside.
That was just a bull. She just bulldozed her down the lane, and Gregory's pretty tough, solid kid, and Gaston made a nice play.
Sundell keeping her head up and scoring it. Bodies, she's crumbling to the floor, and a blocking foul called, and Serena Sundell went down hard. We saw her go down in the Texas Tech game last night. The fact that she's even playing in this game. Hard collision. I don't know if she twisted her ankle as she went to the floor, but certainly a hard collision and hard landing. Yeah. And Emily Ebert will go to the free throw line on her behalf.
I've really enjoyed watching Sundell. She's a competitor and a great all-around player, and she's going to be really, really good throughout her career.
We hope that the injury is not too severe, that she is available for postseason play for Kansas State. Rori Harmon, who missed her first 12 shots in a row, now has hit a couple of jumpers. Gabby Gregory has really been kept in check by this Texas defense. Only 4 points for the second leading scorer in the Big 12 this season. Kansas State all year, they're second in the Big 12 in free throw percentage, but they're 6 of 15 today. Harmon shoots pass down to Gaston, and she scores. What an improvement Gaston has made this season. She averaged about 7 points a game last year, over 12 points a game this year. Gabby Gregory rises up. Even though her body has been banged all game long, she's still able to hit a three with confidence.
This will be a good little film session and a good learning tape for them to take into going into the next game.
But Oklahoma State, they get about 24 hours. Texas gets a little less than 24. Oklahoma State beat Texas earlier this year.
Well, and I can understand why, because Oklahoma State shoots the basketball really, really well, and it's not just one person. It's all 5 starters to put the basket in the hole. And so Texas, who's going to show up tomorrow? Especially early. If you give Oklahoma State a little bit of confidence, watch out.
And Oklahoma State went against a very tough defense in West Virginia today. So in some ways that prepares. They play a different kind of defense, but it's a tough defensive team.
Absolutely. So when you call a foul with 3 seconds to go and it's a foul, the coach has got, it's a foul.
Winnetonda at the free throw line for Texas. Jeff Mitty will go back and prepare his team for postseason play in the WNIT. They draw some good crowds in Manhattan, so I'm sure they'll get a chance to host some games. Gabby Gregory and this squad will cause some teams problems in the WNIT, and Texas will have the opportunity to advance.
Yeah, well, K-State hung tough today.
So Texas, after scoring 18 points in the first half, come back to score 42 in the second and advance to the Big 12 Championship semifinals. They improved to 20-0 on the year when holding opponents to 59 points or less.